We are riding out a hurricane in our RV. Oh boy, sheesh. Oh my gosh. This place is being pelted, y'all. Watching what's going on here in Plum Grove is horrifying to know how fast people, human beings, will fall apart whenever they lose something like power. Now, this particular store is the only one in the neighborhood that has a generator. Now, they have no more gasoline. All their gas pumps have been wrapped up. They do have diesel, so people are able to get diesel. So we're blessed that our truck is diesel. We're able to fill our truck up. But people are also coming in for ice and, basic groceries. They have, things they have to eat, things they need. And so this place is really, it shows you what would happen in the collapse of a society just by watching this one parking lot over here. We have seen fights. We've seen people driving like idiots. I'm sorry to sound so rude, but it's chaotic, my friends. It's chaotic, and it's scary to know how fast things can break down. And it's a reminder why people should be prepared. I don't know if anyone could ever prepare for the long haul, but the more you can do to prepare yourself to avoid things like this. Guys, this is one day without power. One day. And it's scary and it's sad. Well, good morning, folks. Lester here, and thank you for joining me on a wet and wild hurricane Beryl edition. That's dumb. Good morning. I am here at the JL Ranch property, and I'm feeding hay to the horses. I'm going to actually go ahead and feed the entire bale of hay because with the hurricane winds, which guys, it's not that kind of hurricane. I know that a lot of people, when they hear hurricane and they put Lester with hurricane, they go to Harvey. It's not that kind of hurricane. It's windy, but not as windy. It's wet, maybe not as wet. But the problem with the blowing wind and the fact that we keep our hay inside the little trailer here is that the hay has gotten wet. The rain has blown through the windows and the hay is wet. And so if you can't let it take time to mildew, or it's going to be no good, it will end up getting your horses sick. So we're gonna go ahead and feed the entire bale, some to the horses, some to little Dinky Daryl, and then the rest of the cows. And feed it now so they can eat it now and not risk it getting wet, moldy, mildew, and them eating it later and getting sick. So that's what we're up to as of right now. Y'all come on and join me. It'll be fun. It's always funner and gooder with those you love and care about. All right? I'm using a flake of hay to keep the rain from blowing in on me and my phone. It's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, this is how I'm getting around today, using a flake of hay to keep my phone semi-dry. Desperate times call for desperate measures, friends. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, Dinky. How come you don't walk underneath here, buddy? Come here. Here, come under here. Look, a little bit drier over in this corner. It's a little bit drier over here. The rain's coming in from this way. I don't know why he's scared to come underneath here. I know that the other mini donkeys back at the Longhorn Lester property are also scared to go into the awning, the loafing shed. Maybe they have just a natural, they've been out in the wild for so long, they just feel better about, maybe they're scared to go under. Uh-oh, I feel like we have I think my camera's gotten wet. We are just beginning to see the first signs of widespread destruction. I'm going to turn my camera on and show you that right now. Not to worry, folks. Just bear with me. Just bear with me for a moment. Not to worry. It's okay, friends. We shall rebuild, and we'll start right now. We shall rebuild, everybody, and we will start right now. Why don't you weirdos go inside? Why don't you go inside your loafing sheds, you goofballs? So, a lot of times they will prefer to be out. It's not a cold rain, y'all. It feels very refreshing. Texas is pretty smart. He's gonna hang out right there. But there is another loafing shed on the other side they could go to if they wanted. I don't know why they're gonna hang out right there. But you can see the rain coming in sheets. Different bands of rain. It'll get really bad for a minute, and then the wind will die down and we'll have a little bit of a break. And then all of a sudden it'll be right back again, just blowing. So yeah, you can see we got the materials delivered for my fencing project that will wrap around the bullpen here. Excited to get that going, but it's not going to be anytime soon. I was just telling Jamie that, believe it or not, even though we're having these wind gusts up to 70, 75 miles per hour, the beauty is the RV is parked facing this way. The wind is blowing into the front of it. So the strong wind hitting the front of the RV instead of hitting it on the side. There's no movement like this over here. And the RV is not going to move this way. It can't. So everyone's always said if you ever find yourself in a vehicle in a tornado or hurricane, I guess, you have to turn your vehicle into the wind. You're safer if you can turn your vehicle into the oncoming wind. And so the RV just so happens to be parked like this, and the wind is blowing into the front of it. So here's the view I'm sitting here looking at. I got a vantage point from all three of the windows. But those gusts of wind are coming from the front, coming this way. So there's not a whole lot of, I mean, it's blowing some things around, but it's not rocking the RV as much as what I was afraid it was going to. So a little update. We're having the strongest winds that we've experienced so far in all of this. I've been watching the radar, and we still have a ways to go. But I would absolutely say that the gusts that we're seeing now are the strongest that I've actually can feel them here in the RV. You can hear them. I don't know if you can or not, but you can hear them. And obviously looking out the window at some of the tree limbs blowing around is just kind of frightening to know that the way the wind is blowing, the only trees that could affect us here in the RV would be these two right over here, because they're kind of blowing right towards us. So all of these that you see whipping around here, if they were to go, they would all fall that way, which wouldn't affect us here at all, or not inside here. But those two right there are the ones I keep my eye on. I've made Lex leave where he was laying inside here And he's back in the back of the RV now in my bed, where if that tree were to fall, he's out of range over here. I don't think he would. I think he would be in danger in the front of the RV. And I don't know what is the RV rating as far as, you feel that? I know you can't feel it. What am I saying? Can you hear it at least? That right there, my friends, is a gosh darn gust of wind. Lordy. I don't know what the wind rating is for an RV, and we don't have it strapped down. I don't know if they make straps for an RV. I know you can buy straps for like a mobile home, but they also have a place that like where you attach your straps and anchor it into the ground or whatever you're. But I don't think that an RV has those. It may. I've never looked into it. But I worry about these trees right over here. I know you can't see the way I can because of the glare in the window. And I don't want to walk out. But those two right there are the ones that are leaning way over towards me. And I don't know why little Gary will not go inside. He's been out all morning. Just turns his back to the wind. The horses are inside. You can't see anything, guys. I'm wasting your time right here. I know it. But there's actually traffic moving on the freeway. Not much, but they've warned everybody to stay home, stay off the highways, and people are still driving around like idiots. I have not seen these kinds of gusts of wind in a very long time. Jamie says that Longhorn Lester's is a mess. It looks like a war zone. I would like to pull the slides in on the RV, but I can't because we have no power. We lost our power, and the solar only works for small things like a few lights, a couple of power outlets. It doesn't let you run the microwave or anything big. I can't even put in the, I was on the reclining chair. It's had electric kind, and I can't even get it to come back underneath. Oh boy, sheesh. Oh my gosh. This place is being pelted, y'all. The windows, the RV is being just pelted right now. All of the cows have left the barns. They've left the barns. I don't know why they think they're safer somewhere else, but maybe they realize at some point they might be safer in the tree line. I don't know the reasoning or the thinking behind it, but these gusts of wind, this is the vantage point that I have here with my back to the wind. And we have some really strong winds pushing into me. I'm trying to keep the wind off of my phone. There's no rain right now.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.